Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again. I just wanted to create a little video here about some thoughts going through my head. You see, I just created another video a while ago, about my last so-called obstacle, or my last significant obstacle of any sizable nature that I have in my life. My last one, the challenge that I had, and it was the only challenge I had really, actually. And it was funny because I didn't really have any emotional challenges. I didn't have any relationship problems or challenges or any suffering going on inside of me emotionally or anything. But it is funny, a lot of people would say that Owen here is like maybe spiritually, what word could I use? Lots of people think that Owen is like spiritually well off or rich or mature or whatever else, something like that. But it's funny, I had the most basic thing going on in my life that I wasn't in control of, and it was causing me physical disharmony, and it was causing me unwellness physically. It was like addiction to food, like bad habits with food. Eating not all the time, but often enough, much more often than I would have liked. I was eating too much throughout the day as a whole, overburdening my digestive system. Even if it was just eating to the point of being full and then even having some more sometimes. More than full. And then eating too much at night time. And then eating junk foods sometimes too, right? Like from time to time, Not every day, but some days in the week sometimes. Sometimes I go without it. I go a week or more not eating really well, healthily, very well. But the funny thing is, I kept backsliding into bad habits with food. So that was my big challenge, and it's funny how ingrained and conditioned a habit can be and an addiction can be. It actually gave me a lot of kind of insight, empathy, and compassion to the people who are addicted to drugs or anything, because anything you're addicted to is basically a drug for you. And it can cause significant suffering in your life, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, and with your relationships with people. Even being addicted to over gardening or overworking, having that big imbalance and addictive pull and out of control, can cause great hassle and suffering and trouble in your life. Yeah, it gave me a whole new other slant and sight of people who are suffering from more seriously addictive, very strong drugs, like what we typically call drugs in society. But anyway, I kept backsliding, okay, on and off for many months when I definitely wanted to not be doing this type of thing. It was for quite a many months I was going back into the bad habit. But the thing is, and this is what I really wanted to make the video about, is because I didn't suffer emotionally. Check out in yourself the mind and the conditioned part of us. We're always being told in our upbringing and conditioned that things are wrong, or people shouldn't be doing this, or that shouldn't be happening. But I didn't do that during this process. I knew it was a process, and I didn't judge myself in the sense, I didn't say I'm wrong, this is wrong, I'm inadequate, or I'm bad, or this is bad, or that it's awful, or anything like that. I didn't call myself any names or negative judgments, but I just sat with myself consciously and as consciously as I could while I was eating stuff that I preferred not to. In a way, I wanted to enjoy them as much as possible, because when I was switching to an all raw food diet, which is what I wanted, because for me personally, it made me feel most abundantly well, amazingly well. But when I was eating bits and bobs of food that wasn't raw, and even stuff that was junk food, I thought that it might have been some sort of part within me which was like a bubbling to the surface of an old part of me that felt deprived from previously switching my diet abruptly or something like that, or even for anything in my whole past since I was born. It might have been some sort of thing bubbling to the surface that wanted to be experienced or expressed or released. So I didn't want to deny, while I was already doing it, I didn't want to deny the fact that I was doing it and judge myself and criticize myself, or say that it was wrong. I wanted to go with it for a little while and just see all the effects that it gave me, the negative effects and any effects at all. And to see where I want, just keep thinking about where I want to be in life, what I want for myself. So it's important to be gentle with ourselves when we're like giving up conditioned habits, and it's a process typically, and it takes a while. I don't recommend, like, it's dangerous, and I don't really recommend saying, just allow yourself to do this. Like, it could be some sort of part within you from the past. Nearly everything we do is sort of linked to maybe something that happened to us in the past, for example. But you don't want to use that as an excuse to take drugs and continued unwanted, like harmful or addictive, hurtful behavior to yourself or to other people. So just be careful there. But really, you want to accept what is. You don't be what already is happening right now and what already exists right now. Yeah, you don't want to be calling it wrong, because when you do call it wrong, it's like a very deep down resistance and judgment. And all it does is, you'll notice, it makes you feel bad, and maybe very bad. So I'd like to say, let's give up calling things bad and wrong. It's judgment. Judgment isn't wrong or bad, but it does have an effect of making you feel bad and being separated from reality, because you're fighting with reality then, and you're in some sort of denying fight with reality, in a sense of trying to control reality. But you can't change reality as it already exists. You can't change the past, and this moment already is as of right now you experience it. So when you align yourself with what it is already in reality, then you can feel good and feel at peace as much as you accept and don't resist. And then if any action is required, which it often is, it can take place from a clear-sighted, empowered, peaceful you, a peaceful inner empowered you, and it's very effective action then. Alright, so I invite you and me to look where do we say and judge people and ourselves and events in our life that this is wrong. Even if we don't say it out loud, it can be subconscious wrong and resistance. It's basically a big no to reality. No, this is wrong, this shouldn't be happening. It's that type of feeling that makes us feel tense and not good on the inside. That's probably one of my best or favorite way of describing it. It makes us feel tense and uneasy and kind of unhappy and bad when we have this sort of resistance on the inside. So my invitation to you as well is to switch the no to a big yes. And if ever you feel uneasy, tense, or annoyed or irritated, start saying to yourself, or out loud if you want, if you're on your own, because if you keep saying yes, 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 yes in public, people will jump on you and lock you away. Funny. So you feel irritated with whatever? Yes, 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 this is happening. Yes, this is happening. Yes, 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 yes. The dog is barking its head off. This person is irritable and annoyed and giving out to me. Yes, 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 yes. You feel that, and then you melt into a sort of easiness and relaxation, and now you can stop being angry at the person. You're stopping the judgments, that's saying that they shouldn't be like that, etc., or that they're awful and bad or wrong. They're wrong to do this to me. You stop that and say, yes, this is the way it is. Yes, 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 yes. They are angry. I am upset. Whatever it is, I am. Yes, 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 yes. Now, from this place of peace and easiness, you can actually empathize and feel that the other person is hurting. And you can actually talk to them in a very creative, powered, gentle, possibly not gentle, possibly, could be very rather firm and firm, like powerful way. And you can communicate with them as another person, not as a problem thing, a thorn in your side. And if you're the one who's like sad or upset or angry or afraid or whatever, you can say, you can have a compassion in your heart for this part of you, this person who you are. And you can deal with that situation there in acceptance, gentleness, love, kindness, and peace. So, I like this invitation to you and to me, and I will continue to say yes to what is and see the effects of my actions and other people's actions, and see the effects of my words and other people's words, and I will see the effects of my thoughts and my emotions and other people's thoughts, their thinking patterns, if they're sharing it with me. And I will choose to have pure and bright intentions and motives, as I call them, and as kind of peace pilgrim call them, pure intentions and motives of loving kindness, care, compassion, gentleness from the heart, tenderness, and speak words and do things to inspire, to uplift, to help people to heal and to become freer and lighter and happier, to nourish them to good health, body, mind, and spirit, and to nurture them, their well-being. And we can do this in ourselves, purify ourselves in this way by looking at ourselves and investigating and asking ourselves questions. Why are we doing this? Why did I say this? Why am I saying this? What do I want to achieve from this? And are we doing things to manipulate events and people into liking us more and thinking we're great and wonderful and that they'll give us more stuff, charge us less money and give us discounts and say nice words about us, and that we'll get stuff from them, favorable behavior? Okay? Are we doing things to try and get benefit for ourselves over other people? Or are we doing things for as much the benefit of other people and for their blossoming and blooming and growth and expansion and joy and freedom and happiness? So that's the question. And it's a very, very powerful question that I've been asking myself for many years now. And I've just been getting purer and brighter as such, to the point I just love and care for everybody. And it's funny when you say that to the people who can be mean to you. It's hard to challenge to love and care for them and to see their suffering and not to be against them. But at the same time, you got to be a bit of a peaceful warrior, a spiritual warrior, and not to be abused, and not to love. By the way, have all this love and good intentions for yourself too, because you're as much a person as anybody else. That's really the foundation: love and care for yourself, and acceptance and love and peace and tolerance for you. Of course, I hope you already know that. But when you fill your fountain, then it can overflow onto other people. So I wish you the best blessings of the best wishes and kind to you, and may we all honor and respect and revere sacred life around us, the sacred life that we all are, and love it and feel amazingly happy and grateful for it, and treat each other like there is no other, with love and awe and wonder. Okay, I'll go now. Because I think the video is like of a lot of a long variety. Okay, well have a lovely day, okay? And enjoy the world while you're alive here. It's a magnificent thing. So you just enjoy it and tell me all about it, alright? See you.